Hello everybody, my name is Jessica. Welcome back to Budget Freedom Books. I was going to do a quick video today talking about how I got into budgeting, really. More like on the cash basis, Dave Ramsey basis kind of way of budgeting. I want to tell you a little bit about my story. To be honest, I've always been a budgeter. When I was 6 years old, my mom opened a snow cone stand, and she, every day after the sales were done, we would come home and we'd have to cash out, count up the till. And I would be there with her rolling all the quarters and dimes and coins and, dollars, because you have to take them to the bank. You have to get them all rolled in those money rolls, and the dollars and stuff have to be in the money clips. So I would do that from 6 years old with her. I started, and she would start telling me, okay, we got to do our budget now. We got to, pay the employees. We got to buy new stuff. We got to save for the bills. This is how much we're going to have left over. And even though I was 6 and I didn't understand everything, I just wanted to be with my mom. I wanted to help her. But then I also learned along the way. And that's really where all my budgeting started. I mean, as a teenager, I was working in the snow cone stand. I bought all my own clothes. I saved up for all my own stuff. I saved my money. Because I guess I learned at a really young age the importance of money from my mom. I wasn't the type of person to just blow it on whatever. I actually saved a lot of money. And funny story, actually, at one point, a friend of mine, she just came by and she was older than me, and she worked for the airlines. She said, let's go to Hawaii for the weekend. And I was like, all right, And she's like, but it's going to be $150 for the ticket. And I was like, yeah, no problem. I had $300 because I had saved. I saved my money. I didn't spend my money, even though I was 15 years old and I was working part-time in mom's snow cone stand. Because I knew the value of money, I saved my money, and I was able to take money, go. It was a once in a lifetime experience. It was awesome. We went for the weekend. We had so much fun. And that's the kind of stuff that budgeting and saving gives you. A lot of people think that budgeting restricts you and it puts you in a box. To me, it's freedom, because when you have money like that on hand, you can do things that you wouldn't normally do. If you're just spending your money every day buying new clothes, going out, you won't have that money available. So when your friend comes and says, hey, let's go somewhere for the weekend, you have to go, sorry, I don't have money to do that. I can't. What are you really missing out on? A few nights at the club? Some new clothes? No, you're missing out on a lifetime experience going away to Hawaii because you didn't save your money. So budgeting to me is a really, really passion. It's a really huge part of my life because I've never had a lot of money, so taking care of the money that I had gave me the freedom to do what I wanted to do. Not all the time. I've had a lot of really low times. I mean, when my daughter was 6 months old, we had to move, and even though I got a job, it wasn't enough because my husband couldn't get a job, and it was on a really low salary, new country. That's another story. But we didn't have money to buy milk, guys. We were walking around in the street and looking for coins to get $2 to buy some milk. And my daughter was really hungry as well. And when we went to the bakery, because the country runs all bakeries, we finally found $2 when we went to go buy some milk. She wanted a cookie, and I couldn't afford to buy her a cookie because I literally had nothing else on me. And I didn't know it there, but there, the bakeries, they always give kids free cookies. So the woman gave her a free cookie, and she was so excited. And I just started crying. I just started bawling. I felt, I just thought it was so special. The lady didn't know that we had no money, but, to me, I really wanted to buy my daughter a cookie, and the fact that this woman gave her a free cookie just made me so happy, So I've been there, guys. I've been there where, even me by myself, I've been homeless. I haven't had money. There was a point where I was eating a can of corn for the whole day. I was splitting it up in 2 pieces. It's like half a can of corn in the morning, half a can of corn in the afternoon. There was another time when I could only afford to get a $1 burger from McDonald's for the whole day. So I've been a lot of times I've been really, really broke. And like I say, these are stories for another time. But budgeting is really important. So I've always taken it seriously and always done my best to budget. And I've always paid all my bills, had everything paid off, been on time with everything. I just haven't been able to save a whole lot. And that was when I started getting frustrated and looking into things. I'm like, all right, I'm working really hard. I'm budgeting really hard. Why am I not saving enough? And that's when I realized meal planning was a huge thing to save. When you meal plan, you can save so much money on your groceries. So I started doing that, and that started freeing up a lot of money in my budget. And then I also started budgeting for things ahead. So when your car insurance is coming up, or some other big bills are coming up, sorry. When you start saving for those ahead of time, little bit by little bit, you use your money better. So you don't spend that extra 20, 30 bucks a month on whatever. You actually save it towards that big bill. And then at the end of the day, I actually had more money left over, because what I was doing before was I was not, like I said, I was budgeting. I wasn't just blowing my money, but I was spending extra money on things that I wasn't really thinking about. And then when these big bills came, I'd be like, oh man, I throw out my budget. I have to take all my money, pay that bill. Then I'd be really tight until the next payday. And I didn't have any savings. And I just kind of felt like I wasn't getting anywhere. So when I realized that, and I realized, okay, I need to start saving for these big bills, and I need to start saving some money, that's when things started turning around. And even though I was making the same amount of money, I had more money available, because I was monitoring it, and I was telling my money where to go and how it was going to be spent. And that doesn't mean that I did less. I still went out with my friends. I still had girls' night at the bar. I still, bought new clothes. I just shopped on sales. When I went out, I would drink less. I would limit myself to 1 or 2 drinks. I would share an appetizer with my friends, so I wouldn't be buying a whole appetizer for myself. So there's a lot of ways that you can do things cheaper and still do your normal activities without going way over budget. And by doing stuff like that, I was able to start saving $200 a month, which for me was huge at the time. That was when I was 20 years old. So that was a lot of money for me at the time. Anyway, fast forward a few years. That's kind of how I went though for a few years until my son was born. And then when my son was born, I had a daughter and a son then at that point, and they were in daycare and they were getting sick, and the doctor's bills were getting really a lot in the medicine. I mean, there were months when we were spending $300 to $400 a month just in medicines, nebulizer treatments because they were getting coughs, doctor's appointments, every time you got to pay that. And yeah, it was getting to the point where with me and my husband's salaries, it just wasn't even cutting it. And that's actually when I heard about Dave Ramsey, and I watched his videos and I looked into it, and I like a lot of what he says, but I don't subscribe to it 100%. There are tweaks that I make. Most of it is good. Most of it I agree with. There are tweaks that I make though for me that I think is better. Like, I believe that I need more money ahead first. I need my 6 months, even a year emergency fund before I'm going to completely pay off all my debt, because I guess the life that I'd lived, cash is king. You need cash first, If I pay double on my mortgage this month, but I don't have $500 on the side, if something happens tomorrow, I can't go to the bank and be like, you know what, I paid you double my mortgage yesterday. Can you give me $200-300 back because I had an emergency? You can't do that. So in my mind, $1,000 is not enough in an emergency fund, especially with a family of 4. You need at least $5,000. That's my opinion, as an emergency fund, just for like normal, emergencies. Then on top of that, you need 3 to 6 months of your bills saved up, so that if anything happens, you lose your job or you get hurt or whatever happens, you have money to take care of your family for 6 months, plus that $5,000 emergency fund for normal day-to-day stuff. Because you got to think about this. Having 6 months of salary, that's just to pay your bills and to feed you and do that kind of stuff. If your fridge breaks or your car breaks or you break a leg, or I don't know, something else happens that you really need to take care of, if your dog gets sick, you need extra money. You don't want to take that out of the money that you're going to take care of yourself for the next 6 months. So that's why I think you need another $5,000 emergency fund. And I think that those things have to be in place before you really start your debt snowballs like hard. So I kind of do both. I do my debt snowball and I save at the same time. And once I get my savings exactly where I want them to be, then I'm going to start throwing everything into the debt snowball and get my house paid off, because that's all that I have left to pay off. And for me, that's how I feel comfortable doing it. Everybody has a different way, But yeah, when my son was born and we weren't making it, we had 2 cars at the time. Me and my husband, we were living in a really small town. We worked at the same company, but we had 2 cars. And so I said to my husband, we don't need 2 cars. we're working at the same place. Even if I have to leave and go pick up the kids, or you have to leave and go do something, we're just going to make it work. You know, somebody's going to come pick somebody up, and we're going to sell the second car. We're going to save, we're going to get money from that because it was paid off. And then we're also going to save on the insurance on that, and the car maintenances and the gas and all of that, because we were paying 2 gas bills to go to the same company every single day. You know, that adds up over the year. So that was the first thing I did. That boosted us up. We got $5,000 immediately like that in our emergency fund. Then I just started looking around, and my son was growing, so we were, you know, baby stuff is, you buy brand new baby stuff and then you use it for 2 months. It's still brand new. So I started selling all that kind of stuff off. I started looking around. We take really good care of our stuff. So my husband had like some speakers he wasn't using anymore. He had some like old camera, a Garmin, like a whole bunch of stuff in our house. I just started going through everything and finding anything I could of value. And even stuff of no value. Some things, you know, some things I sold for $5 and $10, you know, like a little side table. You know, I just sold that for $10, got rid of it. Go through your house, you know, simplify your house. Make sure that you don't have a whole bunch of clutter, because that clutter could actually be money. There's always somebody out there that could use your clutter in a positive way, and then it declutters your house. Awesome. Plus, it puts some money in your bank. So that's what I did when I started getting into budgeting. I just jumped in and started seeing how we could simplify, get all the expenses down, get rid of what we didn't need, and make the decision to move forward and start saving better. And that's how we started. We started paying off everything. We started our debt snowballs then. And we've been debt free for 8 years since that. Just 2 years ago, we bought our house, so that's a new debt. But aside from that, we don't owe money on cards or credit cards or loans or anything else like that. And actually that's what enabled us to buy the house, because if we had all that other debt on our low salary, we wouldn't have been able to buy the house. So I would just say to you guys, you know, it doesn't matter how much money you're making. If you're making a little bit of money, just make the right decisions, and you'll be surprised how much money you can free up in your budget. Start looking around your house, start selling stuff, start looking at your lifestyle, seeing, like I did, I made a decision to get rid of a car. If it's possible for you, I know it's not always possible, you know, if you can, or if you can carpool, if there's anything else you can do to save money without making your life inconvenient. You know, I don't believe in doing something to the point where your life becomes harder. So if carpooling is going to be harder for you because you're not going to get where you need on time, and you're going to be getting home too late or having to get up too early, if things are like that, then it's not worth it. Okay, so I am not telling you guys to make your life harder. And I think that maybe that's a bit of a misconception sometimes, from what I see, from what some people say. You know, some people are so hardcore. They're like, I don't care if I have to eat beans and bread every single day. That's what I'm going to do. But that's not healthy for your body, and that doesn't make you feel good as a person. So I don't agree with that. I think that, yeah, you can limit things like I did. I still went out with my friends, but I limited myself. I still did what I want to do, but I limited myself. I think with balance, by limiting yourself, you can still free up money, but still feel good. And I think that's what budgeting is. And that's what gives you freedom in budgeting. And that will make the whole difference in your budget, you know, when you're not feeling like you're in prison and you're not feeling like you're having to live a life that you don't want. Budgeting should allow you to live the life you want, not a life you don't want. So if you love bread and beans and that's your thing and that makes you happy, go for it, dude. You know, I support you 100%. But if it's not, then don't do it. Don't feel bad just because you see somebody else doing it. You know, eat what you feel is right. Do what you feel is right. That's going to make you happy. Because remember, a happy person puts good energy out in the world, earns more money, gets raises at work, has an open mind. You know, when you have an open mind and a positive attitude, things are going to come to you. You're going to see more opportunities to make money on the side. Your brain is going to be open, you know, but when you're feeling down and when you're feeling stressed, you don't see the things that are right in front of you. Somebody could come to you and offer you the greatest opportunity to make the easiest money in the world. And you'll say no because you're like, no, I'm too busy. I'm too stressed. I don't have time. I'm not making enough money. You'll just shut them down and you'll not even take advantage of the situation. So I believe that it is really, really important to be positive. Okay, if you guys believe in God, or if you believe in the energy or the spirit or love, whatever your thing is, just do it. Stay whole, stay happy, stay balanced in life, and keep that in your budgeting journey. Because if you can put those two together, You might move a bit slower, but you're going to move so much stronger ahead and so much happier ahead. And I think that's what's really important, because guys, you can burn out on these zero-based budgets. You can burn out trying to get snowball your way in a year. You know, there's no time limit on this stuff. It is up to you. So I really, really implore you guys to, you know, be your own person. Walk your own path. It doesn't matter if you take 24 months, 18 months, 36 months, 5 years. You know, however you pay off your debt, however you become debt free, that is your journey. And don't compare yourself to other people, you know. And remember that you deserve to be happy and healthy and balanced in the meantime. I really, really believe this with all my heart. And that is one of the biggest things that I wanted to do when starting this channel. I wanted to show people that it is possible to budget in an easy and happy way, and to still live your life, enjoy your life, and make your life better, and to feel free. Even before you're financially free, you can feel financially free by controlling your money and by freeing up money that you were, you know, letting go into places that didn't need to go. Sorry, I went on a bit of a ramble here, guys, but I feel really passionate about this. And I hope that this touches some of you guys and that it helps you and it encourages you to, no matter where you are, if you're making $1,200 a month or $5,000 a month, I hope that it encourages you to, you know, look at what's going to make you happy in your whole life from beginning to end, and change your life and choose the life you want to make and go after, you know, the life that you want, basically. All right. So please, wherever you're watching me, please like, subscribe, share, click, whatever it is that you do. And leave me comments. Let me know if this information resonates with you, if anything I'm saying is helping you guys. And I hope to see you next time. All right. Take care. Bye.